And we are returned.
Has it been only a week?
Well, we didn't record last week. We recorded the week before. Which day was Earth Day?
That was in April.
Was it like April 22nd or something?
Yeah. For some reason, my school didn't talk about it at all.
I guess we could have made these next couple of episodes correspond with Earth Day, but
Yeah, who cares?
yeah, we're a couple weeks out, so we're gonna talk about the Earth in our own very special way. You ready to get rolling?
I guess.
Well, who are you?
I'm Phoenix.
I'm Will.
And we're here to bring on the questions.
There it is. Links?
You can find all the links at linktree.com/BOTQS.
Yep. One of the first links is Ye Old Merch Store.
Yeah.
questionablemerchco.etsy.com. No, we're going to push that. We should do, an ad, like a commercial. How fun would that be? But the only stuff we've personally had from the merch store, I put a bunch of stuff on there, but we only have those couple of decals. I meant to bring my water bottle. I didn't. But I got a Bigfoot and a Chupacabra decal.
You should give me some Loch Ness monsters.
Yeah, I want to get those. I want to get some of everything. I should make a bundle. We should make bundles on the Etsy store. So instead of buying just one sticker of one kind at a time, pick this thing, you can get all of it at once. One of everything for whatever price. I don't know yet. Whatever that price that might be. Anyway, a bunch of that stuff was on the merch store. The last thing we put on the merch store was the unicorn thing. I want to do a sticker of just the unicorn illustration. But on the shirt, it says, be the unicorn you wish to see in the world. Are you going to go to it?
Yeah.
You're going to linktree.com/BOTQS on your phone right now?
Yeah.
And then you're going to go to the merch store, questionablemerchco.etsy.com. That's what you're doing. Oh, and the mugs. Forgot about the mugs.
Can't forget about the mug on mug on mug with a mug shot.
The mug shot of a mug on a mug shot of a mug. We should do more mug shots on stuff. We could put that on a shirt. A mug shot of a mug on a shirt.
Should we make shot glasses?
I think some of the POD, print on demand sites, I don't know if they have shot glasses. But that would be cool.
Because mug shot.
Ooh. Now we're getting real funny. I dig it. That's what we're all about. All the links to all the listening places and all the viewing places are on linktree.com/BOTQS. We don't need to listen. You know what they are. So, Miss Phoenix, what question are we bringing in this episode?
Do you think the Earth is hollow?
Ooh. Earth stuff in our own very special way.
Earth conspiracy theories.
Yes.
That was a past episode. We did that in
Conspiracy theories?
Yeah, we did that in October, November.
Something like that. And then we asked what are conspiracy theories and the whole origin of that. And then we did the Tartarian Empire. Yep. And I don't know if we did any other actual conspiracy theories. Did we? I don't know. We just find random things to ask questions about. But these are conspiracy theories about Hollow Earth. And the next one
is a very famous conspiracy theory.
Did we go to the moon? No?
No, not that one.
Not that one.
It's more Earth related and not moon related.
I mean, we could probably just say it.
But I want them to guess.
Fine. They'll guess. And I'm sure they'll get it by the end. I don't know who they are. All 6 of our listeners.
6 or 7.
Driving down the road, stuck in a traffic jam because it's construction season in Pennsylvania. Woohoo!
Yay! Love it down here in rural Pennsylvania.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about Hollow Earth and the possibilities therein. The intellectual history of the Hollow Earth hypothesis represents a unique intersection of early modern natural philosophy, burgeoning geophysical sciences, and the persistent human fascination with the hidden recesses of the planet. While contemporary geophysics has established a definitive model of a solid Earth composed of a crust, mantle, and core, the concept of a hollow interior persisted for centuries as a legitimate, if increasingly controversial, scientific inquiry. We are going to examine the historical origins of these theories, the proponents who advanced them, the mythological structures they inspired, and the eventual scientific discoveries that rendered them obsolete. Supposedly. Allegedly.
Before the formalization of Hollow Earth hypotheses and the Enlightenment, the concept of a subterranean world was largely the domain of religious and mythological frameworks. Ancient cultures across the globe envisioned the interior of the earth as a repository for the souls of the dead or the dwelling place of primordial deities.
Primordial.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like that.
What?
Yeah, the earth was burping, was primordial.
Okay.
Buried tar pits and all that. Blur.
Yep.
That's how I'm going to hashtag this one. Hashtag burp.
I don't know what to say to that. In Greek mythology, the realm of Hades existed beneath the surface, while Nordic traditions described
Svartalfheimr
as a home for subterranean beings. Mesopotamian religions featured the mountain of Mashu, which contained a tunnel leading to a subterranean garden, and the Taino? Whatever.
Or it could be Taino.
Taino of Cuba believed their ancestors emerged from these caves located deep underground. These early conceptions were not scientific but metaphorical, serving to give form to the quote dark terrain of the unconscious, and provide a physical location for the afterlife.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. A physical location of the afterlife. Almost all of these religions were like, it's in the earth. It's down there, in the middle of the earth. Like wherever you are on earth, afterlife is underground.
I mean, technically, yes.
Why?
When you bury someone?
Sure. But that's dead. That's not afterlife.
Well, death is afterlife.
Is it though? To me, afterlife means the next thing. After life.
Reincarnation?
That's next life. Right? What happens after life and before you're reincarnated, if that's a thing. This is getting deep. Like the Hollow Earth. Now we're getting existential. Are we going to go down this path or are we going to continue with the text at hand?
I think we should continue with the text.
Okay. So, Svartalfheimr is I think we talked about it in the Norse episode. Svartalfheim is the realm of the Dark Elves.
I don't remember that.
Because it's been probably a year. We're getting close to it since we talked about that.
Yeah.
But that's another way to say it in the Norse way, Scandinavian, Danish way, Svartalfheimr. Something like that. I'm probably still screwing it up. But not just Svartalfheim.
It's a lot of consonants.
Yep. And a couple of apostrophes. No. What's the thing over above the A?
I don't know.
What do you call that? Okay. We'll skip it. Someday we'll learn how to read things correctly.
Just a little. Imagine apostrophe above it.
Yeah. We need to talk to an English teacher. Or all those things.
Probably not an English one because we don't really have those in the English language.
You're right. We did away with those for the American language.
Should we talk to a Spanish teacher?
Maybe. But that word is clearly Scandinavian.
Or Danish. Could be Danish.
Yeah, those guys do. The transition toward a physical structural hypothesis began in the 17th century. Athanasius Kircher, in his 1665 work Mundus Subterraneus, proposed that the Earth contained an intricate system of cavities and a channel of water connecting the poles, driven by internal fires. While Kircher's model was still rooted in a blend of theology and early observation, it set the stage for the first truly scientific hollow Earth theory, proposed by the English astronomer Edmund Halley. Yeah, that Halley.
I don't know any other Halleys.
Well, you're about to find out. Read the next sentence.
In 1692, Edmund Halley, famously known for his work on the eponymous comet.
That's the one? Halley's Comet?
Oh!
Yeah, that guy.
Isn't it pronounced Haley?
Is it? I think that's an American Bastard's Eyes version of it.
Probably. So it's Halley's comet.
I think so. Could be very wrong on that.
It could be either way. Halley, Haley.
Yep.
It's probably Halley.
That's how it's spelled.
Well, for our time, that's how it's spelled.
Or Hawley, because you'd say Hall is all.
Could be any one of those.
Anyway, yep, that Halley or Haley. Haley's Comet, Halley's Comet. That guy. Anyway, what did he talk about Flat Earth about?
He's famously
Not
known.
flat, hollow. This is a Hollow Earth episode.
Yeah. Well, you just gave it away.
Gave what away? What are you talking about?
Nothing. I didn't even hear what you said.
Nope.
You didn't say anything at all.
Mm-mm. Hello.
Didn't know you were going German there.
That's German?
For hello?
Oh.
Hello.
What's his name? Liam Carps. Do you ever watch that guy? Like he's an English guy who moved to Germany, but like he changed his ways and he's learning how to be German, and there's very specific things, very German things to do, and his like other personality. So he plays two characters, the very English guy and the very German guy, who's very set in his German ways.
I think I have seen him.
So the extra German guy comes out and he goes, "Hello." And everybody's like, "Oh no, here he comes."
Oh, this guy again.
Anyway, sorry.
Edmund Halley, famously, I just said Haley.
All right, roll with it.
Edmund Halley, famously known for his work on the eponymous comet, presented a paper to the Royal Society of London that offered a radical solution to the problem of magnetic variation. Halley observed that the Earth's magnetic poles do not align with its geographic poles, and more importantly, appeared to move over time. To account for this four-pole magnetic system and its apparent migration, Halley conjectured that the Earth was composed of multiple nested shells.
This is cool. I like the idea of this. Halley's model consisted of an outer crust approximately 500 miles, 800 kilometers thick, two inner concentric shells, and a solid innermost core, each roughly the size of the planets Venus, Mars, and Mercury. He hypothesized that these shells were separated by atmospheres and rotated at slightly different speeds, which would explain the shifting magnetic readings. Furthermore, Halley speculated that the internal atmospheres might be luminous, potentially supporting life in the, quote, lower story of the world. He even suggested that the aurora borealis was caused by the escape of these luminous gases through the thinner crust at the poles. Interesting, right? That was his hypothesis in 1692. Roughly 1692. 200 years after Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Halley's reasoning. My gum was in the way. Halley's reasoning was influenced by Isaac Newton's erroneous estimate that the density of the moon was nearly double that of the Earth. Halley believed that if a body as small as the moon was so dense, then a body as large as the Earth must be partially hollow to maintain its observed gravitational influence. This was a, quote, well-reasoned effort to explain an observed scientific phenomenon, given the data available at the time.
So Isaac Newton's like, man, moon's dense. That's why it's there. And Halley's like, well, if the moon's so dense, maybe the Earth isn't. Somehow. No. He must have been eating some strange rotting wheat. We should get into that sometime. Mass hysteria. We should do mass hysterias. The dancing disease.
Oh, the dancing plague.
The dancing plague. There's a dancing plague. There's a laughing plague.
There's the black plague.
Oh, yeah. You just want to do plagues?
Should we just do a series of plagues?
But maybe Halley was on the poison wheat, the ergot. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But he had his theories. In the early 19th century, the hollow earth theory transitioned from an astronomical curiosity to a popular American movement through the efforts of John Cleve Sims. Or Symes? Maybe Symes. John Cleve Symes, Jr., a retired Army captain and trader. Symes issued his Circular Number 1 in 1818, proclaiming to the world that the earth was hollow, habitable, and, quote, open at the poles 12 or 16 degrees. Symes' innovation was the proposal of massive apertures, later known as, quote, Symes holes. I think he's a Symes hole. That provided direct access to the interior.
What?
He's a Symes hole.
I don't get it.
He's a special kind of a-hole.
Right.
Special.
Anyways. Symes argued that the centrifugal force of the Earth's rotation had flattened the poles to the point of opening, following the theories of
Laplace
regarding the oblate spheroidal figure of the Earth. He believed the interior was a lush, temperate paradise, a, quote, warm and rich land stocked with thrifty vegetables and animals, if not men. To address the concern that such a world would be dark, Symes invoked the principle of extreme refraction, suggesting that the dense polar atmosphere would blend sunlight into the interior, illuminating the concave surface with a soft, perpetual daylight.
That's odd.
So ambient lighting all the time.
Is it all the time? It wouldn't be all the time because the sun doesn't shine on the poles all the time.
So whatever light you have is always ambient.
Right. So it's never direct sunlight.
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, really?
I like ambient lighting.
Until you don't feel the warmth of the sun.
Well, I have my own body heat.
You don't live on Mars?
Probably not.
Why? How about a hollow Mars theory? Why not? Right?
Would that be where all the water's hiding?
Well, sometimes it's lost to the surface of Mars.
Oh, what?
Like it, they've taken pictures where there's like fingers of areas that get wet and then it pulls back. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. You know what I mean? Like water is draining into an area and then it evaporates back.
I just know Mars has poles and they have ice.
Poland also has poles.
So do a lot of other places. I mean, how do you hang your flag without a pole?
I mean, you could if you cared enough. Like a poster.
And how do you hang your flag out in the open without a pole?
You couldn't.
Unless you use, like, your arm or something.
Hmm. Let's see. Symes was a tireless promoter, lecturing across the United States with a wooden globe that featured removable polar caps to reveal the concentric spheres within. His influence was significant enough that in 1822, petitions were presented to the U.S. Congress seeking funding for an expedition to the North Pole to locate the opening. Although the funding was denied, Symes' ideas deeply influenced American exploration and literature, serving as a primary inspiration for the great U.S. exploring expedition of 1838 to 1842.
What was Christopher Columbus's timeline? Was he in the 1800s?
No, 1400s.
Oh. I thought he was in, like, the 1800s. Well, that would have been after America became a country.
What? What? After?
1800s?
Well, 1838, America was a country for almost 50 years, 1776, 60 years.
So America was already a country
And
by the 1800s.
Yeah. I'm just replying to your mother on my watch.
Excuse me.
But you can read the next part.
Oh, yeah. Science provided surprisingly specific coordinates for the polar openings, based on his analysis of isotherms and animal migration. He claimed that the northern opening began at approximately 68 degrees north latitude in Lapland and extended obliquely to 50 degrees north in the Pacific. The southern opening was purported to be even larger, beginning near Madagascar at 34 degrees south. Symes argued that the transition from the exterior to the interior was so gradual that a traveler could pass over the, quote, verge without noticing, much like an ant crawling over the lip of a mug.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting, right? You would just pass over without even noticing that there's a way to get in. But during that time, I'm curious. During that time, that was the middle of the 1800s, not quite the middle of the 1800s. So the polar ice caps were pretty thick, I would imagine. Because we don't have so much ice right now. We're skewing out of the ice age. It's because Odin and the other Norse gods banished the ice giants, the frost giants. That's why it's been warmer. That's why we got out of the ice age, because Odin banished them. Do you believe that? Frost giants haven't been here for a while. So, okay, check it out. The northern opening The starting latitude of the northern opening was 68 degrees north in Lapland. The ending latitude of the northern opening is 50 degrees north near the Pacific. And the estimated width is 4,000 miles. So how could you miss that? And somehow the southern opening, the starting latitude is 34 degrees south near Madagascar. Do you know where Madagascar is?
The little island by Africa.
Yeah, that seems like it's pretty far north to be near the South Pole. It's a bit jungly there.
Madagascar is very far south.
Yeah, but it's not that close to the South Pole.
No. It's like by the equator.
Are you sure about that? I think it's significantly south of the equator.
Well,
Google Earth.
all of Africa is by the equator.
What's wrong with you? The equator goes through Africa, yes. You can see on aerial imagery. I don't need it yet. You can see on aerial imagery of Africa the bar of green. So the equator. I guess this doesn't show the. Hello? This doesn't show the actual latitude, longitude. I need lat longs on the Earth. Lat long map? This one? This is a pain. Phoenix.
Search up world map with that long.
World map with that
Uh-oh.
long. Yeah. That might work. Hello? Please work. It's so tiny. Zoom in, zoom in. There's the equator.
Oh, I thought
No, the equator's down there.
Oh.
There's the equator. What is this? What is that line? Who put that there? That's the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, and that's where Madagascar is. It's at the Tropic of Capricorn. So Madagascar is more north of South Africa, closer to the equator. There's Antarctica down there. Oh, we got those over there. So 60 degrees south. Okay, so 60 degrees south, directly south of Madagascar. But it's like hundreds of miles. Thousands, like 2,000 miles, 4,000 miles south of Madagascar. So is that what the text is telling us? 6,000 miles. Something like that. So apparently if you go directly south of Madagascar for a few thousand miles, 6,000 miles, you will get to the southern opening of Hollow Earth, which is Antarctica. Want to go?
Do you want to fall through one of the cracks in the ice in Antarctica?
To go to Hollow Earth? What's the gravity do in Hollow Earth?
Well, I know if you dig a hole through the earth and somehow you survive going through the cores, that gravity would you first you fall, but then once you reach the other side, gravity would bring you back. So you just
boing, 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 boing. What a fun theory. I think it's completely wrong. But if it's Hollow Earth, can you walk on the inside of it? Like say we don't have like a shell. All right, hold a cup sideways. Here you go. The little candle thing. Well, now it's down there. Props don't work on a podcast. Anyway,
Yeah.
so if you're on the outside of it here, and if you go into the interior, do you then just like walk around the edge like an ant, and then you walk on the inside, like so? How does gravity work like that, man? So, so you could, well, maybe it's not that thin, or is it that thin, where you could like throw a rope to somebody that's around the bend, the other side of the flat. It's not flat. The other side of the hollow bit, the opening, so it would swing out and swing back down. So there'd be like this C shape of a rope. What if you put stairs there?
That's some weird illusion.
Hi, how are you? How high are you?
I'm not high.
It's crazy to think about something like that, and maybe that's why scientists are like, please stop. You can't do that.
Gravity's too weird. Don't talk about it.
That's not how gravity works. You stop that.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't talk about Fight Club. It's the first rule of Fight Club.
You don't talk about Fight Club?
No. So if you come home with a black eye, ever,
I fell.
like,
I fell into someone's fist.
you should see the other guy. No. I think it'd be super hilarious if you ever get into a fight. Hopefully that never happens. But if you do, you come home and be absolutely straight face, serious, and be like, I don't talk about Fight Club.
I would love that. I would just come home with a bunch of bruises and a bleeding lip and like a black eye. And I don't talk about Fight Club.
Your bottom lip is quivering.
I don't talk about Fight Club.
Spit the blood out. Hollow Earth?
Yeah, we should get back to that.
We do talk about that.
We do talk
How
about
do we get to Fight Club? A common claim in Hollow Earth literature is that the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler proposed a single shell hollow Earth with a small central sun, approximately 1,000 kilometers in diameter, providing light and warmth to a subterranean civilization. However, detailed historiographic research has revealed this to be a persistent myth. In his, quote, Letters to a German Princess, Euler explicitly discusses the Earth as a solid body with a crust and a fluid interior, not a hollow shell.
The small central sun reminds me of the geocentric geocentric system. That
The solar system?
Yeah, like back in
The sun in the middle?
Galileo times.
When he proposed the sun in the middle?
Yeah, when he proposed a heliocentric system.
Well, that's what it is.
Well, back then, Apostle in the Bible was like the sun.
The clothing company?
Aristotle. When Aristotle was like in the Bible being like the sun and the moon and all the other planets revolve around the Earth.
Right. What's that one? That's
geocentric.
That's geocentric. The sun one is
heliocentric.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But then there's also geoheliocentric, which is the other planets revolve around the sun, but the sun and the moon revolve around the Earth. Really weird.
Yeah, shoot that one right out.
That does not work because all the revolving planets around the sun would run into the Earth, while the sun and the moon are revolving around the Earth.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't work. So if you just If you just put gravity into that equation, it wouldn't work.
It's funny how back then Aristotle was very wrong, but no one went against that because it was in the Bible. And you didn't go against the Bible.
Here we go. Here's the illustration of how hollow earth would work. You see, here we are not talking on the audio podcast. So what we're seeing here is it looks like two crescents. It's like a cross section of the Earth. If the Earth was hollow in the middle, That's redundant. So the Earth was hollow. This is a cross section. So on one side is a crescent that has Siberia, China, India, and Australia. And then the North and South Pole both have these like hourglass shaped openings, which it says the opening is 500 miles wide on the North Pole. And then the thickest part of the Earth, the solid bits of the Earth, is 1,500 miles. And then on the right side crescent that's here, it has an ice barrier, which we would assume is that's the North Pole. North America, New York, Mexico, South America, and the South Pole. And in the middle, we have just this sun thing floating in the middle. And with this image, this illustration, it has land masses in the hollow earth that are named. We'll share this when we release the episode.
This is really confusing to look at.
You got to break your brain to see it. So you're looking at like the cross section down the middle. So our view of this is looking at like the backside of the shell.
Would this be like this kind of shape?
Yeah.
Like here is the opening and it's in?
Well, this is a cross section. You come down in here, and what you're looking at is the opposite side of the shell.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. So you're looking at the opposite side of the shell.
So it's just that's the image that we're seeing.
Yeah, so what we're not seeing here is what's on the
So like a Barbie
what's
house.
on like what would be the foreground of the shell.
It's like a Barbie house. There's opening, but then everything else is closed.
If that helps you.
It really does.
So we got Bilbimtesirol. Bilbimtesirol. So that landmass is Bilbimtesirol or Plutusia, Plutusia.
I'm gonna stick with Plutusia.
Because it's easier?
That's easy.
Occam's razor. The simplest answer is the answer. Something like that.
Hmm.
Then we got Egyptlosis.
What?
Egyplosis.
Like disorders or diseases.
Do you suffer from Atfatabar? How is your mylosis doing? Swang.
See, that does not sound like a disease or a disorder.
Swing?
That sounds like a very country person. I sang swang. Swang.
Kioram?
You gonna go swang?
Tanjay? Kalangor? Oh, Kaunagor. And then we have this other word. Gnaphisthasia. No, get NAF. I'm gonna guess the G is silent because that's what we do.
Naphistasia?
I like it. Then we got gap this.
Get this.
Who come up with this?
Like someone
Where-
talking about someone's teeth. Get this.
Where did?
Who came up with
What
these
is
names?
this? Yeah, what is this story behind the map
You
itself?
didn't talk about this mylosis.
I did say mylosis.
No, you didn't.
You said. I said it when you said about diseases.
Oh.
Do you suffer from mylosis? 4 images.
No, but I'm gonna go swang.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Oh, this is the illustration of Edmund Halley's. We got the outer one, then we got 2 inners, then we got 1 solid middle.
See, this is some weird symbol for something.
Infinity. So this is the Wikipedia article on Hollow Earth has that illustration. I'm not even done with our notes. Whoa. Concept of a hollow earth still occurs in folklore and as a premise for subterranean fiction, subgenre of adventure fiction. Hollow earth also recurs in conspiracy theories and the crypto-terrestrial hypothesis, and is often said to be inhabited by mythological figures or political leaders. Okay, that took a turn.
Whoa. Okay.
What are you guys doing down there?
Elon Musk, what are you doing down there?
That's why he wants to make the Hyperloop. You know what the Hyperloop is?
No.
It's like an underground super train that would go across the country.
Because they all live underground in the hollow earth.
Right. The reptilians.
No, that's Mark Zuckerberg.
Aren't they all reptilians, though?
You could describe them as that.
Man, this episode is taking some crazy rides.
It's just like our purple giraffes.
Yeah.
Crazy reference. You'll have to watch a past episode for that.
Listen. You can listen too.
Whatever.
Is it your turn? Central Sun?
Yeah, it is my turn.
All right. We should get back to it, I think, probably.
I don't know if you... Oh, wait, you did finish that.
Yeah.
The, quote, Central Sun idea is likely originated from misreadings of Euler's mathematical thought experiments. Euler once calculated the path of a stone dropped into a hypothetical hole drilled through the center of a solid Earth, a problem meant to illustrate gravitational mechanics.
You were talking about that.
Yep. Later writers, such as Marshall Gardner in 1913, formally integrated the central sun into the hollow Earth model, even building and patenting a physical model of the theory, Gardner's model. Gardner's model, which featured a single hollow shell in a central sun but no internal concentric spheres, became a hallmark of 20th century subterranean lore.
Fascinating. So, okay, hold on. So, like you were saying, if a thing drops from the outside through the core of the Earth, does it eventually slow down and settle in the middle? So that's why there's a central sun? Because this energized orb somehow kept its energy and settled eventually into the center of the center? You with me? You smell what the rock is cooking? Apparently that's a Mandela effect now.
I don't even know what... Smell like the rock is cooking?
Yeah. You know Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah.
When he was a wrestler? You know about his wrestling days?
Yeah.
WWF, before it was WWE. So he had a catchphrase that I remember it as do you smell what the rock is cooking? Because it's like, the thing is, do you understand the ideas I have or something? Do you understand what I'm saying? You smell what the rock is cooking? But apparently it was never, do you smell what the rock is cooking? It was always, if you smell what the rock is cooking.
See, that sounds like some philosophical stuff.
Mandela effect? Or
Not
if you smell what the
really.
rock is cooking. So maybe he was trying to make a point. He had his whole monologue that he was doing. And then to cap that off, you don't say, do you understand what I'm saying? Comprende? But his thing was, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to do this thing. And you're going to get the people's elbow, blah, 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 if you smell what the rock is cooking. That was his finishing move, was the people's elbow.
For the people!
Basically, yeah, you got it. We watched professional wrestling so much. Me, my brother, our grandfather got us into it. This is not about Hollow Earth.
Well, there's rocks involved, but not the rock.
All right. Later writers. Because you didn't finish your thing. You didn't finish that.
I did.
Oh, yeah, I guess you did, didn't you? Then we started talking about the rock.
Yeah.
Why did we start talking about the rock?
I
don't know. We were talking about the orb. Oh,
the stone.
I was trying to make you understand. So the energy orb settled into the center of the Earth, and that's what became the light source of the Hollow Earth. If you want to go down that path of thought, okay.
Go right ahead.
There's a lot of other things to explain how that works and break other proven forms of physics, but okay.
Think what you want to think.
The most enduring and complex component of the Hollow Earth theory in the 20th century centers on Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a highly decorated American naval officer and polar explorer. Byrd is historically recognized for being the first to fly over the North Pole in 1926 and the South Pole in 1929. Though the success of the 1926 flight has been a subject of scholarly debate regarding fuel capacity and logbook entries. In 1946 to 1947, Byrd served as the officer in charge of Operation High Jump, the largest Antarctic expedition ever organized involving 4,700 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircraft. The mission was primarily a military exercise to test equipment in polar conditions and establish a permanent U.S. presence. Following the expedition, Byrd gave an interview warning that the U.S. should protect itself against, quote, hostile planes coming from the polar regions. While Byrd was referring to the strategic reality of polar crossing Soviet aircraft in the early Cold War, Hollow Earth theorists reinterpreted his words as a warning against, quote, flying saucers emerging from a polar entrance. Very fascinating.
So now we have aliens in our Hollow Earth.
Where do you think aliens come from?
The other planets out up in the universe.
You don't know anything, do you? Unidentified flying objects or unidentified aerial phenomenon have been, and it has been observed by current people, I guess, allegedly, but I'm pretty sure there has been people in the Air Force actually talk about it, that these UAPs can traverse transmedium without changing energy or speed. What that means is they can go from air to water and water to air without any kind of change in their speed. There's no deceleration to collapse into the water. They just go from air to water, water to air without changing any kind of thing. There's no splash, there's no nothing, just
Are aliens already on Earth?
that's a theory. Hollow Earth.
There's also a theory that we are the aliens.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah. I kind of believe that one. I've seen some evidence.
That kind of makes sense. We seem to be a parasite for Earth resources.
And the Earth hurts us when it doesn't do that for any other animal. Like we get sunburned, no other animal gets sunburned.
Curious.
Mind you, the sun's UV rays hurt us, and not any of the other animals.
So Earth is a prison for human beings. Earth is an observatory of human beings. We're going down some paths, buddy.
Well, I think humans are aliens that colonize the Earth, and it happened so long ago that we don't remember.
It's not in our current history.
I mean,
Good
think
one.
about the amount of dark ages that any early ancient human civilization went through. Also, the pyramids. How do they do that?
Very carefully. Supposedly there is some missing time in history. From like 15,000 BC to 23,000 BC. Like there's no history of that time period. What happened? We should get through Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
We keep going down these crazy other rabbit holes, man.
It's just what we do.
Most sensational claim.
The most sensational claim involves an alleged, quote, secret diary of Admiral Byrd, which first began circulating in the 1960s. According to this narrative, during a flight on February 19, 1947, Byrd flew into the hollow earth at the North Pole. The diary describes how his plane's instruments malfunctioned, and he suddenly found himself flying over green valleys with lush vegetation and woolly mammoths.
What are they doing in there? The narrative culminates in Byrd being intercepted by a disc-shaped craft and taken to meet a figure known as the Master in the land of Ariani or Agartha. The Master supposedly delivered a message of peace, warning that humanity's use of atomic weapons over Hiroshima and Nagasaki had alarmed the subterranean race. Byrd was allegedly sworn to secrecy by the Pentagon upon his return, with the diary serving as his clandestine record of the truth.
I immediately thought of the land of Irani or Agartha. I wanted to say or Atlantis.
No, that's on the surface of the earth.
No, that would be in water.
Well, now it is.
So, wouldn't it make sense? It has past ice.
What? Underwater.
It could have moved and been like ice.
Floated over to the hollow earth?
I guess.
I don't think Atlantis is in the hollow earth.
When I'm saying the ice thing, it was past ice. Water is just melted ice.
Yeah? Atlantis was past ice?
It could be. I mean, all those names start with A. It could just be Atlantis. Atlantis in disguise.
Batman serves just ice. We haven't fun yet.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Isn't that yours? However, the historical evidence.
Oh, yeah. There's a cat out there. However, the historical evidence refutes this story on multiple levels. Most importantly, on the date specified in the diary, February 19th, 1947, Byrd was physically in Antarctica leading Operation High Jump, not at the North Pole. The Byrd Polar and Climate Research Center, which holds over 500 cubic feet of the Admiral's papers, has stated that there is, quote, no evidence supporting the claim of a flight into the hollow earth within any of his legitimate journals or records.
Because he flew through the hollow earth from the north and come out of the south, obviously.
Sure.
That's how he was at the South Pole so quickly.
I did just ask gravity take him and just. Yeah.
It was quicker. The fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line. I go around the curvature of the earth. Losers, go through it.
Yeah, just let me dig a hole through the earth.
The concepts of Agartha and Shambhala are frequently used as names for the civilization or capital city within the hollow earth. While these names have roots in Eastern traditions, their association with a hollow planet is a relatively modern synthesis of Western occultism. The myth of Agartha was first introduced to the West in 1873 by the French writer Louis Jacquelot, I guess. Jacqueliot? I don't know. Jacoliot. I don't know how to say that in French. Jacquelot? Juan. I don't know.
I think Juggaleo.
Jacquelot? Jacquelot claimed to have accessed ancient Indian manuscripts telling the story of Asgartha, a solar capital of India that was destroyed millennia ago. This concept was later expanded by Alexander St. Yves de Alvadre. Yeah, right?
De Alvadre.
De Alvadre. In his 1886 work, Mission de Liende. I think it's an L. I, capital I. Liende?
I don't know. I's and L's are
I
weird.
guess it's their way of saying India. I don't know. In his work, Mission de Liende, which portrayed Agartha as a physically existing underground kingdom beneath the Himalayas. St. Ives described a, quote, synarchic society of 20 people ruled by Brahadma, a sovereign pontiff, and containing vast libraries of stone tablets holding the collective memory of humanity. Awesome.
Shambhala originates in Tibetan Buddhism as a, quote, pure land or a spiritual center, often described as a place that exists as a physical inner and secret reality. In many Eastern traditions, it is located, quote, north of Tibet, but is only accessible to those with the appropriate karma. In Hollow Earth lore, however, Shambhala is often conflated with Agartha, sometimes being described as the capital city or the spiritual heart of the subterranean kingdom. Some occult interpretations even pit the two as rivals, with Agartha representing a, quote, land of goodness, and Shambhala a center of, quote, absolute materialism, though such interpretations vary wildly between authors.
The hollow earth theory, once a viable scientific hypothesis, is now universally dismissed by the scientific community as pseudoscience due to overwhelming evidence from multiple fields. The most fundamental refutation comes from the laws of gravity. Isaac Newton's shell theorem mathematically proves that the net gravitational force inside a hollow spherical shell of matter is zero. Therefore, any inhabitants of a hollow earth would not be pulled toward the inner surface to walk upon it. They would be weightless and drift toward the center. Furthermore, the observed gravitational pull on the Earth's surface requires a mass that can only be explained by a solid planet with a dense core. If the Earth were hollow, its total mass would be significantly lower, resulting in a much weaker gravitational force than what is measured globally. You'll learn more about that in our episode on how much does the Earth weigh and how do we know. It's heavy. There's a lot of Earth there.
Yeah.
Here? There's a lot of Earth here.
A lot of Earth everywhere.
And it's only rendered in the simulation when you observe it. Yep, we should do that. Theory 2. Hypothesis. Simulation.
That we live in a simulation? Have you heard the kindergarten theory?
Kindergarten.
Yeah, that we're all
we all
just...
live in a kindergarten?
Huh?
Do we all live in a kindergarten?
No, that we're all still in kindergarten, and when we randomly think we hear our name, it's just the teacher telling it, like the teacher calling our name to wake us up.
What? How'd the teacher get there? When do you get out of kindergarten?
Are we just all dreaming?
Like we're all just... We're not all brains in a bucket. There's one brain in a bucket. And this entire existence is just made up by one brain in one bucket.
That reminds me of It on Camazotz in Wrinkle of Time. It's just a brain. It is just a brain.
Right.
And it controls all the people in Camazotz. Through fear.
Oh. No. There's a lot going on in the brain in the bucket.
Modern seismology provides a, quote, CT scan of the Earth's interior through the study of seismic waves generated by earthquakes. P waves, primary, and S waves, secondary, travel through the Earth at different speeds depending on the density and state of the material they pass through.
You can read both of those. That's your thing.
S-wave shadow zones. S waves cannot travel through liquids. The fact that S waves do not pass through the center of the Earth provides the existence of a liquid outer core. P-wave refraction. P waves are refracted at specific boundaries, allowing scientists to map the distinct layers of the crust, mantle, and core.
Boom. There you go. Thanks, scientists. I hear the sound of plantation.
Me too.
Good. We're hallucinating together.
I think we ate some bad.
Ergot.
Possibly mushrooms. Or wheat.
Yeah, bad wheat. That's ergot.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And that could be the cause of the dancing hysteria, dancing disease. Dancing
all
plague.
A bad wheat.
Yeah, because they were peasants. They were lower class, so they were eating the stuff that the royalty didn't get. Anyway, we're doing that in a different episode. Somehow we got back to it. We'll just do that episode in this episode. It's fine.
Yeah.
A hollow Earth would be unable to transmit seismic waves across the planet, as there would be no medium for them to travel through after crossing the thin outer shell. The arrival patterns recorded by thousands of seismometers worldwide consistently confirm a layered, solid and liquid interior. So they're like, bang, bang, bang on one side of the Earth, and China's like, we heard it.
It's like when you're in the pool and someone says something and you have to try and guess.
Underwater.
Uh-huh.
Blah, 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 blah.
Just.
Yeah.
Did you say I like chicken?
What are we, whales?
Ooh.
Wait, I speak whale.
Oh, I like chicken too. The Hollow Earth theory serves as a fascinating case study in the evolution of scientific thought and the persistence of myth in the face of empirical evidence. While Edmund Halley and John Cleves Symes utilized the best data of their respective eras to construct their theories, the subsequent development of seismology, gravity experiments, and satellite observations has definitely proven that the Earth is a solid, layered planet.
However, the cultural power of the quote land beyond the poles remains potent. The legend of Admiral Byrd's flight into the interior and the esoteric descriptions of Agartha reflect a deep-seated human desire for a hidden frontier, a place where prehistoric animals still roam and where advanced, peaceful civilizations guard the wisdom of the ages. The Hollow Earth is perhaps best understood not as a geophysical reality, but as a quote rich fabric of legend woven from a mixture of Victorian anthropology, occult politics, and rarefied air. In this capacity, it continues to influence literature, conspiracy culture, and the modern imagination, serving as an enduring symbol of the mysteries that remain, or are imagined, beneath our feet. Cool. Missing 411. So the missing people. There is countless, and continues to be countless numbers of missing people that happen to correspond with deep caves, at least around the United States. So people got lost in the cave, but those caves have been explored. Or have they not been explored deep enough?
Well, they probably haven't been explored deep enough.
So, is there something to the Hollow Earth theory? Maybe it's not these crazy concentric floating shells in there, and maybe there's not an internal sun dawn stuff in there, but perhaps somewhere in those caves, not quite to the core, there is a civilization that lives down there.
With Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
The reptilians of our quite not hollow Earth. Not quite hollow Earth? I messed that up. What do you think? That was a good one.
Yeah.
We got conspiratorial all over the place.
Yeah.
We got some more episodes to do.
More ideas for more episodes.
Yep. But for now, question brought.
Question answered.